something. When I tried to go live. Guess it's starting now. Anyways. I've got a few options for what I could do right now. For one thing, it'd be cool if there was a menu where you could select a few different scenes. That'd be pretty cool. Separately from that, it'd be nice if you could save the code that you write here. That would also be really nice. Even though I'm the only person who actually writes code on this, it gets annoying to like copy this and write it back to a file whenever I wanted to update it. Then I guess there's some stuff with like doing the transition from the regular site to the presentation version of it. That like wrecks it for some reason. Guess I might as well start there, I think. Since I wrote out a little bit of the infrastructure for what should happen when you like try to pause the scene or whatever. Actually, really easy, low-hanging fruit right now would be to just have the play and the pause button be like the same button. So after you play, it becomes a pause button, because playing while it's already playing doesn't do anything. And pausing when it's already paused doesn't do anything. You basically have to wait till you do the other one. So let me just make this so that if this is already playing, man, there, if this is already playing, it'll switch to the pause button. Hey Daryl Golden, what's up? What's going on? Okay, so I'm gonna want here, so the if, and then like play render loop or whatever, or not. That should be the else. I think that's actually all. Maybe. So if you render, this automatically turns to a pause. I can pause it, that pauses it, and I can play it. It starts listening for input again. Great. If it's paused and then I render, guess that makes it automatically play again, which is what you'd want. MC's performance issues are strange. Yeah. We'll have to address that. Hopefully that will make this faster as well. But if it's doing something 70 times as much, that's pretty bad. Well, that's pretty straightforward. I guess something easy to do. Hey Aquabeam, what's going on? So I can switch this play and pause words with the icon. What I really need to do though, there's actually a few things I really need to do. And one of the big ones is make it so that this can actually generate MP4 videos. That would be pretty cool. So it just needs an icon. So we just copy this. Switch that with, I guess, play circle? Oh, there's a regular play. So I'll try doing that. I'm just gonna randomly, just gonna guess there's one called pause. Also, reading more about how WebAssembly is loaded, I found that the startup time, I guess I shouldn't be able to play before you render. Anyway, the startup time is longer if the amount of code you have to load is more, which means it is better for this to have the Chirom objects deleted rather than having them be there. So I'm going to have to probably diverge from the regular community version a bit more than I thought before. Such is life. Okay, so this has a little bit of padding around it, I guess. Why? Oh wait, that's not the element. Why is this one larger? This default styling of this. What was that, like margin or something? Margin around 1. Oh. Okay, that's why that was like that. Turn up some of our files, replacing with the MomGL counterparts. The Manim GL counterparts. I'm surprised they even, like, run. Did it work? I mean, the solution wouldn't really be to replace the mobjects with other mobjects. The solution would be to, like, figure out what's making it slower and then fix that. You need a lot of compatibility. Gotcha. I think I'll just end up putting margin left on all of these. And 1 is probably fine for that. Two to 3 times slower with or without the changes you made. Well, that didn't work. With the changes, gotcha. Why does it have -4? Keep going till it's 1-to-1. Alright. Best of luck. I wonder why It seems like this moved it left. What if we can't find out what's making it slower? Switch to Manim GL. I don't know. I wonder why. Maybe I need padding. Hmm. No, I don't think it's gonna be something where we just like totally can't figure it out. It is true. It might be a while before I have time to actually like put toward doing that. And so that can make it slower or like take longer. But I doubt it'll just be something that's totally impossible to figure out. Well, I don't know how to change the spacing around these. Whatever. While scene is not defined. But I should definitely disable this if it's not like paused or whatever. Yeah, but I don't think I care about that enough. What I'll do instead, what I should do is find a way to go to the present page without reloading it. That would be nice. Because currently I think the present page just breaks it if you try to go from one to the other. So how about let me put a way to tell if this is in the render loop. And that didn't get picked up. I probably have to actually restart this. But I'll do that. Then I'll use this handy dandy callback to try to switch to the present screen from there. So I can emit this pause event, and then after doing that, I can do this router.push. I think that means this would have to be handled in the landing component. So I'd have to do like this. And go to present option here. And then this would have to listen for it. And then I won't try to do this push here. And I'll return this. Okay, so now that button should emit this. I have to get a reference to the router. And I'll just log it. Okay, that should work. Didn't work. I didn't import this. Okay, so now I can tell when it's running the render loop. I guess the printing is covered by my face, but I can tell it now. Okay, so this looks like it's doing everything I expect. What I want this to do now is to pause. And then when it pauses, I want to have a callback to switch the scene. Yeah. So... it's going to have two cases. If it's already playing, it's going to have to do one thing. And if it's not already playing, it's going to have to do something else. In fact, if it's not currently playing, you think you can just push this? Then unmounted, this will try to render on its own. Okay, so that might already work. Well, no, it doesn't already work, I think. Well, I'll see. It looks like it starts processing the scene, but it doesn't start the render loop from these logs. And yeah, when I emit render here, that's just going to set play render loop variable to true. It does that after on mounted. So I'm gonna see if this gets triggered. If it the watch picks it up. See if that picks it up. That means it's changed. Yeah, and that should be all I need to see right now. And it isn't. The watch isn't even being triggered. That is super annoying. So then maybe this can't be done on mounted. Does it have to be sooner than that? Play render loop. It is being passed here. Maybe I could watch it from here. So it's within here. So it's pushing this onto the stack. And then returning. This should be loading up this component. And once that's done, maybe I need a next tick or something. That'd be annoying. I can do this after the next draw. I don't totally see why that would be necessary. That's a possibility. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Whatever. No, that still doesn't do it. I wonder if this is even being called. Okay. Okay, so it is emitting that. So it's emitting render from this. So the present function, I don't know, component view is emitting the render function or the render event here. So it's calling, oh, it's calling render scene. Okay. So if play render that value, that'll be false. So it's just gonna do this, start new scene. Let me see if it does that. I think that should be fine. Yeah, I think that should still work. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Should be switching to the present view. Okay, so starting new scene here. Let me see though. I think next tick is necessary for all the child components to be loaded. Whoops. Defer the callback to be executed after the next DOM update cycle. Immediately after you change some data to wait for the DOM update. Man, why does this keep going back? Is this some shortcut? Weird. Defer the callback, this one, until the next DOM update. So that must mean that after the appropriate components have been loaded and rendered to the screen, I would assume. Yeah, that's what it's saying. Wait, why does this keep going back? There's something really dumb about this website. Okay, fine. Then just start new scene. This all looks fine. So it'll run that code. Can just start new scene. Well, let me see if it gets this far. Canvas start new scene. It really becomes apparent that web technology wasn't really designed for things that like video editors, because the amount of like passing around data you have to do here is ridiculous. Okay, so it did do canvas start new scene. So it got here, which means it registered the functions with the scene, emitted the canvas setup or the canvas finished, then it should be setting play render loop equals true. And it doesn't see the play render loop equals true. Maybe I can make this automatically render or something like that. If it's emitted here, then it's pushed here. Should I have to wait for the next tick? Because I am doing something that's changing it. Maybe I should. Although I was hoping I could get this the presentation page to automatically do that. And actually, if I go directly to it, I think it does automatically start. Nope, that doesn't work either. It actually does the same thing, so I can just debug it from there. Can this start new scene changed? Brings it got here. It'll emit canvas finished. So that'll run the callback from whatever changed canvas start new scene, which was this. So we should get here where it changes play render loop. Changing. Canvas start new scene change, so this happened. But it never reached the callback after that. Wonder why. See if it gets that far. And it is emitting it. Canvas finished. So canvas finished. When it should be doing run canvas callback. Did I not set the callback or something like that? Let's see. Okay, but I do think this is supposed to be set to null, so I'll do that. I guess I'll just go step by step, see if it's emitting this. Well, I'm gonna skip a step. Oh, play render loop dot value. It's gonna set that to false. Push this. This will emit the render. The render will go here. This has to be false. So that should just start new scene, shouldn't it? What's it called? Render scene. It's false. Okay, so render that. Do this. It was in fact false. Which means I want to start new scene here. Which means it should have gone to here. Okay. Canvas start new scene. The value equals true, and then this callback. Wait, what did I change here? Nothing. Canvas start new scene. So this. I'll say this changed. Take a note of that. And if it changed to true, which it should have. Yeah, since I set it to true here. Then it should do this callback. All right, let's see. Okay, I have that. Canvas start new scene changed. Oh, it changed twice. Why did that happen? So it went here, play render loop is false, start new scene. So it did go into start new scene. It realized that something changed. So that must have been from this. Oh, it changed back to false, that makes sense. Yeah, so I changed it. It updated here. Did this stuff. Which is all correct. Emits canvas finished. Comes back to here. That sets it to false. Play render loop should have been set to true at that point. So... did it get here? Add a bit more logging there. Play render loop changed to true. Can I start new scene changed to false? Oh, this must be trying to use two different callbacks at once. so did this play render loop? Well, did it ever request the animation frame? It's basically all I needed to do. It changed to true and it never changed back to false. If it changed to true, it should have requested the animation frame here. It should have started it. So I don't know what's up with that. So it did start the render loop. It looks like it started it too soon or something. Because it isn't appearing on this canvas, it must be doing it with a different canvas. That's a huge pain. That's an enormous pain. Maybe I do want to do like a next ticks type thing. And maybe I have to push it. Set this to false. And then push it. Oh, in the callback I want to do this. I'm actually not sure. Push this, but if I push this... It should be pausing it for the first canvas, but it turns out it's also playing it for the first canvas. Which doesn't make a ton of sense. Because it's emitting the render here. And if it's emitting the render there within the present component, why wouldn't it be playing at the present component? I wonder if it works if I'm not rendering first. It does. If I render first, then click this. Wait, did it? Yeah, and it emitted it right here. Man, that's really weird. I wonder if it's just... I wonder if it's possible that it's just a lot simpler than this. That I can just do that. And I kind of highly doubt it, but that would be nice. Now if I render, and then jumped here. Yeah, that doesn't work. Alright, I have no idea why that would happen that way. Unfortunately. My guess is it's different canvases. I guess that has to be the case. That it's that swapped out the canvas, but it's still rendering to the old one, something like that. Maybe I could put next tick here. Although I think that could get pretty convoluted. Let's see. Don't have super high hopes for this, but it's worth a shot. I'll try rendering this. Go here. Yeah, same thing. Oh, well. So I think the most I can do is probably disable this button or something, if it's already playing. Can't, while playing, something lame like that. Oh well. Hopefully I do manage to figure that out. Okay, that's good enough for that. I hope there's a way to hook into the back button. I hope. Also, it'd be nice if this callback logic, which happens to work pretty well, if it were possible to replace all of this with next tick, well, no, that definitely wouldn't work. Because the DOM isn't being updated, it's just starting this render loop. Oh well. Let me see if I can render. If I can render, pause, and then jump here. And that doesn't work either. That's actually kind of bad. Darn. About to get the screen switching a lot better. Which some of it will come from... well, so much of the infrastructure for not switching a page just works like magic. The key I can render. I can pause that and that works. Play it and it works again. Re-render things. Let me change this to green. And that'll work. It's just switching scenes, or switching the page or whatever. And I wonder why that would work if you didn't render beforehand. That's actually kind of a hint. Well, is that a hint? I don't know. Only if you render the first time. It's definitely worth looking into. Okay, but I'm mostly done with that for now. What I want to look into now, I could look into the performance things. Although I'm mostly looking into it for a web perspective. I should really find a way to output video. That would be really helpful. In the meantime, I guess I'll take out the present button. And instead you'll have to just go to that link, and it did something wrong. That should be there. Although that does mean you'd have to reload your biodide, which is pretty dumb. Alright, let me see how FFmpeg.js could work with this. So I'm pretty sure, well, I know for a fact this is used with 3JS. FFmpeg, I think this is the question. The editor allows you to record and save MP4 video. I guess that's fair enough. Unpackage.com/@ffmpeg. Let's see what that is. Darn. This doesn't let you just search these. Oh, it's anything on NPM. So there's @ffmpeg. I think. And then it has the version 096 dist ffmpeg min.js, so it must be ffmpeg.wasm, which if that's true, that's slightly different. And this is what they're using. This is because they provide that link. It's also pretty well maintained, so that's nice. Hope I can figure out how to use it. I think I've used this before, actually. Doesn't work in my local environment. I'm calling ffmpeg.load. By default, it looks for some localhost project or some localhost file to download files. It's necessary to make sure you have those files served there. Localhost? Serving at another file location, you can rewrite that the default behavior when calling create ffmpeg. Interesting. Static JS, ffmpeg core JS. You can even do multi-threading. That's nice. Okay, let's see how this is used here. Include it there. But I don't know if it's actually used here. Yeah, it could be used somewhere far away from this. Wasn't trying to do that. So it looks like that's done here. This is where it'll create ffmpeg. Load, set progress. Then it just does this for each frame. It's going to update to a time. Canvas.toData URL, and I guess this is how it gets the frames. Is this whole thing async? It is. Okay. Sounds like it'll be some work to do, but doable. Okay, so first thing, I can just include this script the same way it is here, or the way I guess it's recommended. Somewhere. Using a script tag only works in some browsers. Dude. Why can't it just give me the script tag? This is the one. Oh, you can just do this. Maybe that's easier. I didn't mean to go to the present one. Okay, that's easy enough to get the different frames. Great. I just have to import this, and then hopefully just write those frames to an MP4. Although I guess I need a different button or something. Shouldn't be too hard. So then on mounted, actually, I don't have to wait till until the mount for this, I don't think. Yeah, maybe I should. Then I can see if that crashes anything. And of course it does create FFmpeg is not defined. Oh, it must have this must be after the npm install, I guess. Yeah, so I'll have to do just this. O.10. I think that's all. There's all the Firebase stuff. There's MapJax. So we can put that there. And who knows, maybe that'll work better. Now, hopefully, I can import this like this. Well, that didn't work. The server responded with a status of 500. Let's see. FFmpeg core at 10 dist. Looks like it followed what it said. Non-JS module files deprecated. So I'm gonna see if that happens even if I don't do anything here. It looks like it does. Should I see this script? I just can't import. Why did that happen? There we go. Yeah, but it doesn't like the script being there. I guess that means I have to npm install it. But then there are these experimental flags. Using a script tag in the browser. This just has a static path. Static.js ffmpeg min.js. Use other version. Okay, well, I'm not trying to use other versions. Experimental WASM threads and experimental WASM bulk memory. I wonder if they're equivalents for yarn. It is listed here. Maybe it's just listed in the GitHub. Using create ffmpeg several times. This doesn't mention yarn that I can see. Oh, it did use. Well, it gave yarn and node. Maybe I just pass the flags to yarn. Hey, Blake4096, what's up? How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Just struggling to install some WebAssembly stuff. The usual. So this is the thing with the V8. Non-JS mod, so it's this. Blah, blah, blah. Does this even have the same error that I have? They had a comma in the file name. That's annoying. Looks like this is generally a problem with the back end. With naming or something. I wonder if I can... Wait, why is this closed here? Wait, that seems wrong. Shouldn't that not be there? Unable to parse. Line 19, column 1. There's something up with how this is opening and closing. Oh my gosh. Script source equals whatever. Oh, should this not have a closing? This one doesn't have a closing. Should math jacks have a closing tag? This is why you should probably learn the tools you're using. I think it should be like this. Auto pairs, please. Have mercy. Okay, so now both of these are closed. Let's see if that's any better. Okay, I guess that worked. What are these issues, though? Indicate whether to send a cookie and a cross-site request. I'm gonna ignore that unless it actually breaks something. Okay, but I think I managed to get this imported. Let's see if I can do this now. And I can. So now, when it's mounted, I should be able to load this from unpackage. FFmpeg core. It feels weird like loading this twice from different paths. But I guess that's what it says to do. Somewhere. Here, browser. But here under browser, it doesn't say that. Shared array buffers only available to pages that are cross-origin isolated. Is that what I... Is that why I saw that message before this thing? It probably is. Because a cookie's same-site attribute was not set or is invalid, it defaults to same-site equals lax, which prevents the cookie from being sent in a cross-site request. This behavior protects user data from accidentally leaking to third parties and cross-site request forgery. Resolve this issue by updating the attributes of the cookie. And I guess there were cookies from unpackaged.com. Blah, blah, blah. So you need to host your own server with cross-origin embedder policy equals require corp and this thing. To use ffmpeg.wasm. That is super annoying. Cross-origin isolated. And I would just install it with yarn, but then there's this. I wonder... I'll try just passing these flags to yarn. Oh, it didn't crash it. Why do I put in a fake flag? Well, I can actually take fake flags. This is the, well, not the first result, one of the first results. sure this flag is this exact library. Oops. Okay, so I'm serving this with VI serve. I'll also have to serve it on Firebase. Can Firebase add these headers? And will that have to be required either way? And it will have to be done either way. So I will have to figure out this cross-origin embedder thing. Cross-origin opener and cross-origin embedder policy are one thing that really wrecks me. They're really complicated. Well, not that complicated. They're hard to configure for some reason. Well, this is an open issue, which is a pretty bad sign. I also built a plugin for it. Any header should be configured like in serve. Now that Firebase or Netlify have their own ways to set it. And this I'm referring to VI.js. Right? Developing front page for a WASM lib in V8 and it requires special headers for it. Okay, that response makes no sense. I guess the de facto solution is to use this. Cross-origin isolation. I hope that's the only thing. It's basically that flag and that flag. Configuring a server to deploy class assignments? I forgot what you did. Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes with headers a lot of the time. Let's just get them to work and then you're like, okay, I didn't care about that at all. Let me just keep doing what I was doing. This looks like fairly straightforward to set up, at least. Yeah, it's literally just this. I feel like figuring out how to set this up would be really annoying, though. Exports.default equals this. Cross-origin isolation. Okay. So let me just try adding that. And in vi.config.js. Okay. Import this. Other plugins, cross-origin isolation. Great. so maybe that helps. And if I rerun this server... maybe now it'll work. Maybe. Not same origin after defaulted to same origin by co-app. Well, that didn't work. Because co-app enabled. Each resource must specify a cross-origin resource policy? Well, it didn't work. Let me see where this ended up failing, if I can. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's doing this every time. How calm you are. Yeah. It's only because I'm streaming. Otherwise, I'd be throwing things right now. So this is co-app, what he's talking about. What the fuck? I feel like there's still the same error from before. My fuse is exactly 2 blanks length. Yeah. It's like after a while, you realize nothing's easy. In software development, there's always some random thing that gets in the way. I'm not getting angrier because I'm perpetually pretty angry. I'm just good at hiding it sometimes. The resources response header. Doesn't this mean that I can't change it? Because the resource is being served by unpackaged, isn't it? Oh, yeah. Basically. Dang, well, this didn't work. Let me see if anyone's tried to do this specifically. I'll just put VI here. Looks like, I guess this person has done it. FFmpeg plus VI. This doesn't have anything fancy here. Components, hello world. This is a very small at ffmpeg/ffmpeg. So it's just importing it locally. Oh, this must be for only running with npm? Yeah, you spin up the VI server. If I look at the package JSON or whatever, it just installs it. That's it. FFmpeg core and FFmpeg, FFmpeg. Okay, well now I'm gonna try that. Darn. And then... Okay. And then maybe I can just run this. I don't have super high hopes though. Man, I have a shortcut to like move my tabs, but it keeps getting swallowed by things. FFmpeg not defined. Wait, that actually makes sense. I have to import it first. Okay, so there it is, only installed. Then I have to import it like almost like this. Wait, how did this person do it? Oh, not this person. Like this. What is fetch file? Wait, create FFmpeg. What is fetch file? Don't know, don't care. I'll just copy this line. And where did he use FFmpeg core for that matter? Hold on. So many mysteries. It could be that FFmpeg core is just a dependency of FFmpeg. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Let's try and do that. What's this error say? Its value's never read. That's fine. Okay. Okay, well, this didn't break anything. I wonder if this guy ran into that problem with, not this guy. This guy ran into that problem with threads? Or anything like that. Thread doesn't even appear here. Well, okay. Create FFmpeg. Oh my god. I can't believe I misspelled that at this point in my life. Okay. I guess my face is oh, it's not covering it. Oh, but the following thing, my follow alerts are like broken. Someone followed me a while ago. Now I feel bad. God damn it, man. Why? Because I've gone to the site before. I mean, part of the problem is I don't understand how follows work at all. For one thing, why do I sign into Streamlabs? Which is like a streaming software to configure like the follow alerts. It doesn't totally make sense to me. This thing's so stupid. And like this thing tells me that it works. I don't know, man. It works here. Oh wait, it says disabled here. Wait, what the this is maybe it's because that's disabled. Follow alerts will not show up. Why is it if this is disabled and I click test follow, then it isn't disabled, it'll just show it. Oh, I think I did this before, but I didn't save it. Anyway, maybe now that won't happen again. Great, that's fun. Anyway. Cool. So I might have actually gotten that to work now. So now log equals true, that's fine. I wonder how I'll even serve the file, you know? ffmpeg.fs. I can do load, that's whatever. Write file. Await fetch file. This must be to like prompt the user to download it or something like that. fs prompts is write file. This is writing test.mp4 to... wait, to itself? Oh, it's copying an AVI file to an MP4 file. Then I guess it's writing that MP4 file to the file system? What is fetch file? So let's start here. Create ffmpeg. For one thing, it should be fine to do this outside of on mounted. Equals and then I'll just try doing ffmpeg.load and that's all. Don't need to do any of that. Yeah. Oh, the shared array buffer thing. Shared array buffer will require cross-origin isolation as of around July 2021. Damn. So maybe now I need to go back and do whatever that other person's doing. Or use that plugin. This doesn't say anything about shared array buffer. Okay, now I'm gonna go back to that thing. Or was it this? Okay, now I can install this again. And do the same thing. And now try it again. Okay, this time it doesn't have that error, which I'm going to take as a positive. So we're making progress. So I will have to figure out how to do that with Firebase. Wait, what's it even called? Cross origin isolation. And it's not a standard thing, so that should be fun. What is the cross origin? I don't fully understand what this is doing. This is making it so that the web server, it's adding these headers to requests returned from the web server. Interesting. Okay. So if there's a way to set headers, it shouldn't be any more difficult than doing that. Okay, now what I want to do is write just like a blank file with FFmpeg. Which I don't know how to do, even with regular FFmpeg. This is using it to turn things into GIFs. I guess as long as that canvas is loaded, I could just do something like this. Write file. TMP whatever.png. Okay, so this is taking the canvas, converting that into something, text, doing that, calling fetch file on it, writing it to a file system, and then it's starring all these PNGs using this, and that's writing up MP4. Then you have to unlink these, I guess. Then it has this function, save. That's a lot of stuff. And shouldn't it be possible to do this without writing them all to a file? Const num. Okay, here's what I'm gonna try doing. So it gets loaded here. Let's do... Now, let I equal 0. I'll try 60 seconds or whatever. Typing skills, please give me a break. I'll just write like the empty canvas. Num.png, I'll just make num this. Why not? So I should write 60 of those PNGs. That's doing a fetch file of canvas.todata URL. But I don't think I have a reference to the canvas element. How could I even get one since it's in a child component? Could do like get element by ID. But that'd be really jank. To achieve this, you can assign a reference ID to the child component or HTML element. Wait, I don't know if that works. Accessing child component instances and child elements. This is for view 2. Despite the instances of props and events, sometimes you might still need to directly access a child component in JavaScript. That's what I'm trying to do. To achieve this, you can assign a reference ID to the child component using the ref attribute. Now in the component where you define this ref, you can use this.ref.userInput to access the base input instance. I don't get it. Is base input the child component? This.$refs.input.focus. A reference ID to the child component, not the HTML element, the component. Now in the component where you've defined this ref, you can use this.refs.username input to access that thing. That's pretty standard, I thought. If it's in the same component where you define the ref. I guess the parents can also access this $refs. Okay, but it says you can do this, thus allowing the parent component to focus the input inside base input with this. When ref is used together with v4, the ref you get will be an array containing the child components mirroring the data source. I think that makes sense. But it says here that in view 3, we no longer have $refs. So what do we do? In TypeScript, you'll need to cast the child reference as that. Import ref from view. Wait, what? Oh, I thought he was just typing all this out in line. The child ref is a ref templated over the type of the child. Wait, this is insane. I have no idea what this solution is. The same existing way. I feel like this won't work from the fact that this question exists. I got an error being thrown on compile. You need to return child ref from the parent setup function and bind it to the child component. Then you have a reference to the child component which we use to access its data. So the child component, you assign it this ref. Then you have this child ref. Then with child ref, what can you do? I guess you can just access it via child ref. Those answers don't inspire confidence. Assign a reference ID to the child component, like so. Add another ref to the component itself. Okay, so it is using this $refs, even in view 3. Okay. So from here, app, and the child is this canvas, which has the canvas ref. Maybe here I can do console dot. This will have to be after on mounted actually. And maybe after next tick or something like that. Although I still get the feeling this $refs might not work. Because I'm using the composition API. $refs. We don't have access to $refs. We use the ref function. Okay. Then that shouldn't be so hard. Okay, so there, that's imported. Then go here. This is originally ref at null. I hope this actually works for the child component. I sort of get the feeling it won't. Okay, then this dot value. And I'm doing it after the parent is mounted, but it doesn't necessarily mean the child is mounted. init, blah, 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 blah. Before mount, this is mounted. If some meshes with the mounted and created hooks are fired in a parent and child setup. The created hooks are fired in the order you may expect. The mounted hooks are fired in the opposite order. So the parent is created, then the child is created. The child is mounted, then the parent is mounted. I didn't mean to get rid of these. But that's actually good. It means the child, at the time that the parent mounts, the child will already be mounted. So let's see if that runs. Ref has already been declared. That's true. Should just be importing this from here. Fetch file is not defined. No, I don't care about that because I didn't import it. But this is null, which I think is a problem. Okay, I'll just do child refs. This says to use $refs. $2.x syntax, 3.x. In 3.x, the $children property is removed. And so we recommend using $refs. But if you use the composition API, which is generally recommended, you can't use $refs. Template refs, template refs in the composition API. The concept of reacted refs and template refs are unified. Declare a ref as usual and return it from setup. Well, I didn't return this one, so that could be the problem. Canvas. Oh, it's still null though. Return it from setup. Blah 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 blah. Root on the render content, binding it to the div as its ref via this. Refs used as template refs behave like any other refs. They are reactive and can be passed into or returned from composition functions. V4, I don't care about. Watching them, I don't care about, I don't think. But there isn't a solution for watching child data from the parent. That is a problem. Maybe if I have a ref to the canvas element, I can do something with that. Like I could give this a ref. Which I guess I'll also call canvas. And now this, I'm pretty certain this will work. since it won't give me like the child, it won't give me data from that child. Yeah. It won't give me data from that child, it'll just give me that child. Which, why wouldn't that work? So maybe I can read the refs from that? Okay, I have this canvas ref. And this also has a canvas ref. So how do I look at this thing's refs? Let me just save this. So I can say, I'll call this a canvas parent. Even though this is being mostly covered by my face. If I can look at this dot refs, I can't read that. I can't read its data returned from setup. What can I read from it? Jeez. Yeah, all of its stuff is... Wait. If I look at dot render, even that's undefined. Dot own keys. Darn. Well, that's an enormous pain. From proxy, I don't know. Get value of a proxy? I don't think that's what I want. Darn. Recreating reactivity API. Okay, don't care about that. Man, it's so close because I have the object for the parent element. What happens if I... That's dot value. What happens if I don't print dot value? A ref impl. That's not that helpful. All I can really do on this is call dot value anyway. Okay, whatever. Alright, I'm gonna try to improve my type racer. Got too frustrated with view 3 refs. No ad blocker. No. Wait, I thought I did. I guess not. What? Okay, yeah, I guess I don't. I can like kind of get the... Oh man, I wasn't ready. I remember back when this song was new. Those were good times. Okay, my speed's getting like almost where it used to be before I started practicing. Uh-oh. Can you recognize these songs? No. They do sound kind of the same. Thanks. After I started like trying to type fast, I could like get 88 pretty much all the time. Like 88 was like my base. Now my base is around 75. And if I push it, I can get into the 80s. Great, okay. But I am too annoyed with View to keep doing that. So I'm gonna raid someone. Sorry, now I can't type again. And it's gonna be the first person I click on, this person. Unless he's going too long. Yeah, it hasn't been going that long. Okay. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I can find solutions to those few problems. I'll see you guys in the next stream. And I'll cut it for YouTube.